We have a huge misconception in our society right now that nobody is really talking about. And that is that you could change yourself if you do things to fix yourself, like judging, saying to yourself, okay, this what you're doing, this is wrong. How are you feeling? This is wrong. How you are thinking, this is wrong. You think that if you do that enough, then you could change. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't work like that. How do you change actually? There's only one way that you really change, and that is through understanding. You have to actually understand why you think the way you think, why you believe what you believe, why you feel what you feel, and why you do what you do. And there's always a reason. It always makes sense. It really does. People disregard their feelings nowadays because they think, okay, this is not appropriate. I shouldn't be feeling this way. I shouldn't think this way. And so, fuck this. And then judging themselves or whatever, repressing that part that is, misbehaving according to your judgment. And you think that by doing that you can change. You can't. Like, not in a lasting way, not in a healthy way. And you're gonna end up unhappy. Like, you're never gonna find happiness by doing this, by operating this way. You think that you could discipline yourself and put yourself in some, we all have this image of ourselves, of how we would like to be. But the truth is just that we're not like that, And the reason we have some image of ourselves that we're trying to hold up is because we feel like we're not good enough. Like, the truth about who you are, how you just really are, is just not good enough. And you think, if I'm just being myself, then I will end up like this and like that. So you're afraid to be who you are. You think, if I'm just myself, if I just do the things that I want, if I just listen to my feelings, then I will end up in a bad place. That's the thing. You're not free because you're afraid. You're afraid of freedom. You're afraid to be yourself. You think you have to do all these things, There's nothing wrong with, having responsibilities or anything. But the thing is, nowadays, people are, you're not taking on responsibility because it's something that, like, you genuinely care about, but because you feel like you should. And then you wonder, okay, why is my life wrong like this? You keep trying to force yourself like this. You have to understand why you're doing what you're doing, why you feel the way you feel, and so on. And the reason is always because you want to. Some part of you just wants to do what you're doing. Doesn't matter what the habit is or what the belief is or whatever. And I'm not saying that it's necessarily like your fault for whatever you want, It's also that the things you want, it depends on what you believe, But so it's like a circular thing, But yeah, this is why you have to understand why you want what you want. But in a sense, your body knows, your feelings are just telling you always. And the reason you're having toxic behaviors or whatever, like the reason why you have addictions and why you're not productive and stuff, is not because you're not disciplined or whatever. It's because you're just on the wrong path, you're doing things that you don't really care about. You think that if you just let yourself be who you are, everything will fall apart. But maybe that's not a bad thing. I had to let go of a lot of things in my life, which I really just, I wanted them to work out. I really, really wanted them to work. I really just liked the way things were, but it just wasn't working. And that's just such a huge disappointment. And it's just hard to admit to yourself that it's just not working, you know? I think it's important to note that I think the people who are really with you, for you, they're gonna stick with you. Doesn't matter where you're headed in life. You know, you have to, in that way, stop wanting what doesn't want you. And a lot of time, for example, a relationship, you want it to work, but then it's just not working the way that you want it to, you know? And then you just have to accept that. But most of the time, we don't do that. We just try to fix ourselves or whatever. Anyway, this is kind of all, I guess. It's very hard to put everything into words, but I hope this just helps. I'm planning to make a deeper video on this, but let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know your questions, you know, your objections. I think that's the easiest way for me also to help you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. I'll perhaps see you in the next one. Take care.